up? My name is Daniela and welcome to a new travel vlog. So I finally made it to Poland. It only took me almost 35 years to go to Poland as a person living in the Czech Republic. As you might know, Poland is right next to us and it was the last neighboring country that I had visited, but now we are here. I just spent 10 hours on the train and made it to Gdansk. I'm staying for 2 nights here and obviously I want to see the city. Tomorrow I'm going to the Opener festival. I also want to see Gdynia because that's where the festival is, and then on my way back I will be stopping in Poznan. My first steps in Poland led to Rossmann, which is a bit ironic, but I forgot my shower gel and shampoo, and I'm staying in a hostel, so it probably won't be there. So I got my purchases done and now I need to find my hostel. I could walk, but it's maybe a couple of kilometers and my backpack is quite heavy, so I guess I will just take the tram and then take a walk after that. Okay, so the public transport journey was a little bit chaotic. So first there was a replacement for the tram as a bus, and it took me a bit to notice the sign. And then admittedly I did a super speedy research about Gdansk and everything here because I only decided to come here last week. So yeah, but in my research I saw that you can just tap in when you get on board of the bus. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. But then I saw the ticket machine and for some reason I was like, okay, let's just buy a physical ticket. But then it said that you have to scan the QR code on the ticket when you get on the bus. And when I got on the bus, I didn't see immediately where I should scan it. And so I asked a woman and she was like, oh, it's actually free. So I guess because it's a replacement bus, it's free. I hope she was right because otherwise I was riding illegally, but we have made it. I know we just survived a pretty intense heat wave, but the weather is pretty meh and I definitely want to go to the beach tomorrow just to stop by. I won't have that much time, but I haven't been to any beach for a year and a half, so I'm really craving some wave time, and so I'm hoping it will be sunny tomorrow. Well, it continues to be a little bit chaotic. I found the hostel alright, and then I was at the reception. The girl spoke English and she seemed, fine. And I paid for a double room, so private room with 2 beds. It wasn't specified if it would be bunk beds or just 2 beds next to each other, which is either way is fine. And I got here and it has 4 beds, so I was like, was I giving the incorrect room? Is this a dorm? Is this actually a common room? So I went back to check and she said that basically it is correct. And she said that no one else is coming to this room, so I really hope that's true because sometimes I'm mentally prepared to be in a dorm and I pay for a dorm, less money, and then I'm fine with other people being in the room. But now I paid for private and it would be really scary if people appeared at night when I don't expect it, so I really hope that's not going to happen. So now I can choose from all of these beds. Nice. I guess I will go out for dinner now. I had a pretty big snack on the train, but we still have a couple of hours of daylight, well, at least 3 hours. So despite my tiredness of the long train journey, I should go out, take a little walk. I'm basically at the edge of the historical center. This is the Moon Hostel. And for dinner, in case you're new here, hi, I have celiac disease and I only eat at 100% gluten-free restaurants. And there is a Mexican gluten-free restaurants in the city center, which obviously not very traditional, but I might go there tonight because it's the closest. And then there are some other gluten-free restaurants like further out, like closer to Gdynia actually, that might have some like more traditional Polish food. So that might happen tomorrow. Okay, I lied down for a bit. For a second there, I thought I was just going to have a muffin for dinner and, you know, stay in. But no, we need to go out. Okay, I just keep gawking at all the houses because what do you mean? This is so gorgeous. Oh my god. I love interesting architecture to look at, and this is so fun, and yeah, really liking the vibes as well. The weather is kind of like confusing. That Mexican restaurant slapped, and I'm not that used to Mexican food. There is not like a fully gluten-free Mexican restaurant in Prague. I'm not sure if there is. So all the dishes I actually had for the first time. So I had the croquettes con pollo, and then I had plantain chips, and I had churros for the first time. And like the churros, I have no words. I have no words. So I'm definitely not regretting my decision to get up and not just have a muffin, let me tell you. Also, I didn't finish all the churros, so I still have some, you know, for later. And right now, I'm just going to take a walk back to the hostel. It is like 8:30, I'm super tired, so yeah, I will try to get some sleep tonight because I had 3 hours of sleep last night. And I will report back tomorrow when it will be hopefully more sights, beach, festival time. Good morning, I am ready and packed up to go out for the whole day. I slept pretty well. I mean, subjectively, it was a pretty good sleep for a new place because usually I don't sleep that well in new places. You know, I'm tired, but I feel like we can do it. And so I thought that I was going to give this hostel like a good rating, but then I went to the shower and the water pressure on that shower was so pitiful. It was almost hilarious. It's kind of like when you like aim it at something and it immediately goes down. Like it doesn't even reach like 10 centimeters. So like it's very hard to clean yourself with that kind of water pressure. So I'm like, you had two jobs: to provide a reasonably comfortable bed and to provide a good way to clean yourself, and you failed with the second one. You know, sometimes in hostels there is the hotel crowd and they like complain about all kinds of silly things in the reviews, but like I don't mess around with my water pressure. Like that's like a significant, like a really impractical thing. And sometimes like in hostels there are all kinds of impractical showers, like you have the one that you have to like push the button for the water to come like every 10 seconds. But I will take that over like this pitiful water pressure. So yeah, I thought I would wash my hair, but I decided against that because that would take like so much time and it would be like so frustrating. And like it's fine, like my hair is not like super disgusting yet. It will be tomorrow, but like tomorrow I'm going home, so like whatever, right? But like if you're staying in this hostel like for multiple days and you need to wash your hair. Like, that's just super impractical. So yeah, it's a bummer. I haven't met any like friendly people here, which I didn't expect. It usually doesn't happen. Like, if you have a private room and it's not like a social kind of hostel. Like, one woman like gave me like an extremely sour look and didn't say hi back when I met her, like when I was leaving the bathroom, but like whatever. But I started riding with a Czech girl who is also going to see Reneé tonight. So we might meet up at the festival, which is nice because I don't think I know anyone who is like a big Reneé Rapp fan. If you are, hit me up, let me know. And I usually go to concerts alone, but sometimes it is nice to have a concert or festival buddy, so we will see about that. And so the overall plan for today is I'm going to head out. I just had my leftover churros for breakfast, which like very nice. Also, I realized that the dinner was like twice as expensive as I expected because I just can't do the math. Like, the math is weird, like between Czech crowns and Polish zlotys. So if I don't check, I don't know how much I'm paying. So it was expensive, but that's all right. So I'm probably going to get coffee somewhere and I want to finish exploring the old town and then kind of move to the beachy area. Or like, here there are 3 cities next to each other. It's Gdansk, Sopot and Gdynia, and kind of in the more Sopot area there are a couple of gluten-free restaurants that might have some Polish food, and it's also from there it's closer to the beach, so I might move there, yeah, get some nice food, hopefully go to the beach and then go to the festival, you know, early enough so that I have enough time to like get the bracelet and find out where is everything. And then I'm seeing Halsey at 7 p.m. and then Reneé Rapp is at 10:30, which is pretty late. So yeah, I will be getting here pretty late, but hopefully everything will work out and let's go. That was a really stunning street called Mariacka, and yeah, I saved a bunch of things to my Google Maps as usual, even though my research was very quick. And usually I just try to kind of hit almost everything I saved, even if it's to just look at it for a minute. But I'm resigning myself to the fact that I might not be able to do it today. I need to you know, take it easy because I have a really long day and I need to still have some energy left for the festival. So just taking it kind of easy. I'm going to go find coffee now. There is a cafe called Józef K, you know, Józef K, which reminds me of Kafka, and that pleases the book nerd in me. I don't know if it's named after that or not, but we might find out. Okay, that cafe was definitely very Kafkaesque. It was very vibey, had this kind of weird, amazing art. It had a little like indoor balcony. I absolutely loved it. Had my soy latte. So that's my morning hot drink sorted. Like, I kind of need to have a hot drink in the morning, even if it's summer. And then I thought I would just go to lunch, but that would require to take public transport and a lot more walking. And I'm like, I actually need some food, like ASAP. I need some sustenance, I need some protein, because I only had the churros and you know, it's approaching noon, so I'm just going to eat here. So I'm going to check out the Fit Cafe place, which is like a chain. It's all over Poland, I think, fully gluten-free obviously, and they should have some good like brunch options maybe. So let's see. Well, that hit the spot, I would say. So this is a kind of chain that is more focused on, like, I guess being like healthy and sugar-free, and these places will sometimes also be gluten-free, so it's kind of accidentally gluten-free, you know. So I had some low-carb waffles with eggs and bacon, and yeah, I do feel like the low-carb aspect, I am feeling quite light, even though it was a lot of food. The cakes looked amazing, but yeah, I just don't have the room for the cake right now and don't want to overdo it. So now I need to figure out how to get to the beach. Today is sunny and pretty warm, so I'm super happy about that. Okay, I got distracted by a bookstore because I was like, oh yeah, books exist, because this trip isn't very like book focused, but whenever I see a bookstore I go inside because obviously. And I bought some gifts, so I bought a pen for my mom as usual, and then I also bought some things for myself. I don't tend to buy a lot of souvenirs, but here and there if I like something, I like to buy something little practical. So I got myself a Gdansk tote bag, and then I also got a travel mirror, which I don't often buy, and I was inspired to do that by my friend Olivia Savannah. She collects travel mirrors everywhere she goes, and she used to have a YouTube channel. She doesn't upload anymore, sadly. I mean, the YouTube channel is still up as of now, so you can go watch their videos. Also, she is very active on Instagram and continues to share about books and very inspiring lifestyle stuff over there, so definitely go follow her. I will link her Instagram in the description. Also, I've been only speaking here in English because Czech and Polish actually not that similar. I like obviously understand some words, but definitely not to have a conversation or anything. But right now I try to say goodbye in Polish to the like older shop assistant, and she was like really delighted. So yeah. So I successfully made it to the Molo here in Sopot. I can't remember if there's like a special word for it in English, kind of like beach promenade. And yeah, this part you can go like further into the sea. And I didn't expect that to be an entrance fee, but it was only €2. So yeah, pretty nice. Nice to be at the sea at last. I'm feeling a bit weak and tired right now. My body is kind of struggling to digest all of that food, but we should be fine unless I start getting like more sick, but so far it's good. So the plan is to just lie on the beach for a bit and just chill, and then it will be time to get to the festival. Well, the beach was very nice. It refilled my soul somewhat, but I completely forgot how to beach because I got there. There were people walking, you know, in the water. So I tested the water with my feet and I was like, okay, that's not as cold as I expected. Like, why is no one swimming? That was a freaking red flag that I didn't see because of some bacteria. So yeah, I should be fine. But yeah, some people went in the water because I guess they also didn't see it and they totally came for them. But yeah, otherwise it was really nice. But I am now covered in sand, which is not great. I would really love to take a shower, wash my hair before going to the festival, but that's not what's going to happen, unfortunately. We're going to go into the festival a bit gross. That's how it is sometimes. I'm too far from my hostel and you can't really wash your hair there anyway, so yeah, we're doing gross. It's fine, it's a festival. Teleporting services, can you please teleport me stat from Gdynia Opener Festival to my hostel room in Gdansk, because I just died because of that being in 4th fucking row for Reneé Rapp. Bye. Some plot twists in how tonight went, but I will have to tell you tomorrow. But right, I need to walk to the freaking shuttle bus that I thought was like right next to the festival. It's like 2 kilometers walking through a random field. I hope there will be a lot of people walking because I don't even know the route. And yeah, everything is so chaotic here. So I hope I will make it alright. I'm literally walking through a random field in Poland to get to the shuttle bus and I don't even see where I'm going. What is this opener? And now I got harassed by some random Polish guy who called me the famous Polish word, which to his misfortune we also have in Czech, so like fuck off. I'm testing this new rain jacket, supposedly. Well, I got it on Vinted, but it's new for me. It's not very rainproof, no. It's not even raining hard. And that's a bummer because I quite like it. I'm measuring the walk to the shuttle bus right now. It felt like 2 kilometers, which is ridiculous, so you will see how long it actually is. Good morning, it is 7 AM. I slept less than 3 hours and I am trying to catch my train to Poznan. So let's go. I am alive, kind of. Sort of. Badly. Okay, I made it to Poznan. It is now 10:30. It is quite windy and chilly here. Overall, the weather has been kind of temperamental, like changing super quickly, and you don't know if it's hot or if you're cold. I'm heading out to a gluten-free cafe for maybe a little brunch. I'm not sure how much I will be able to stomach. I started feeling a bit nauseous on the train, like just from lack of sleep and also because I didn't have a proper dinner last night. But I hope I will start feel better with like a hot drink and some food. The train was quite comfortable, so I could have made it the whole way to Prague if I booked it differently, but I think it will be okay to take a little break from the train, and also, yeah, if I continued I wouldn't have any proper food. And this way I will see a bit of another Polish city, and I decided to stop here because Poznan is way too far to do like a one-day trip, whereas like other cities like Wrocław I can do in one day, even though it would be a really long day. But Poznan is very far for that, so that's why I'm kind of stopping on my way home. That was a really nice cafe. Also, as soon as I walked in, Too Sweet by Halsey started playing, so you know it was fate. And I got a latte with soy milk, no, not soy milk, almond milk, because they didn't have soy. And then I bought like a savory and sweet tea, and the savory one was interesting because it had like a sweet glaze and cream cheese inside. Yeah, it was good. And then the sweet one also very good, but it was way too much food for my current state, so I'm bringing like part of that sweet thing with me. I could have sat there for like my whole 5 hours here, but now I'm walking into the city center.